how did you end up in Miami? This is not, how did you end up here, and specifically on the river?
I've lived in Thailand for a number of years. I'm familiar with Swire. And I read about Brickell City Center, and I thought, you know, I know what these guys have done in Pacific Place and Quanjo. I'm big admirers of what they've done. I want to go down and see what is going on in Miami. And I told my wife, look, we're not going to stay on the beach. There's a Mandarin Oriental. I didn't even know there was a Mandarin Oriental in Brickell Key. We're going to stay there for the weekend. And within that weekend of seeing what's going on here, I literally told my wife, because you guys are going to go back, I'm going to stay for 5 days in Miami. I got a hold of local brokers that were recommended to me from New York. Say, guys, I want to show me development pieces for sale development only around Brickell City Center. Do not show me anything on the sand or on the ocean. So the piece that we're doing, the Rafa Vignoli project, which is right over there, the entrance, that's the first piece I bought, and as small as the world is, I bought that piece from a guy that I went to high school with, another Persian guy that I went to high school with in Great Neck, New York, and I ended up buying that piece from him.
Tell me what the experience is like working with someone like Rafael.
You know, I've known Rafael for a number of years. He's a personal friend. The term genius is very much overused in the West. You know, in Hollywood, everybody's a genius. What goes a genius? He's a genius. I mean, the guy, he's a concert-level pianist. He's a visionary. He has an incredible life story, by the way, how he came to this country, what he's done with himself. We really needed to differentiate ourselves as a company, kind of being the new kids on the block, and differentiate the project. So that led to the decision to go with a star architect, even though at the time I was told that you cannot bring a star architect away from the beach. You can't do it downtown. So here's a guy who built the Sumedo train station, which is still one of the iconic buildings in Japan. Here's a guy who did the Cleveland Museum, and here's a guy who also built arguably the most prominent, most successful residential tower in the Western Hemisphere, 432 Park Avenue.
For now.
For now, until the next one comes, but in this cycle. So when I look at someone like that, and I see how he's accomplished what he has in all arenas, he was a natural choice for us, and he was really brilliant in the fact that he's the guy who came up with the idea and said, despite the Miami 21 zoning, which makes all your buildings down here be a tower on top of a blob, why don't we take this building and divide it in half? And create two very slim glass towers where no matter which unit you own, you have light and view. I thought it was brilliant.
You're at $970 a foot blended, you said, which is a really good number to be at.
On our reservations.
But what about, was it easy to get this project built in terms of the financing?
We have no financing, we're all cash. So we have transacted over $180 million in the past 3 years, all cash, and we've invested another $30 million in pre-dev, all cash. So we will not pull down any financing until we're ready to break ground. And that's one of our strengths in this market. We have no financing.
What do you think of the market overall for financing? What do you think it's like in Miami?
I think the market, it's not just Miami, it's New York, we have stuff in LA. It's, what was that movie, It's Tough All Over? It's tough all over, you know? And only those projects that have strong sponsorship, have strong pre-sales, have a well-conceived product, and do not have land debt already on it, so somebody's coming and saying, only those are going to go ahead. If you're a guy in this market and you're piled with debt before you even go to the market for financing, good luck to you. It's not happening.